advisor, one Linda Kiome?
Thank you, Speaker. I received advisory from the legal advisor. To be very specific, when we were here the last time, I was advised by this honorable house that they should go and do away with any, if there was any illegal appointment. And from that, I called my legal advisor and also the Waziri for Legal Affairs and Public Administration, and then I sought their advice about one Virginia Kawira.
Who was your legal advisor that you sought advice from?
Linda Kiome.
Linda Kiome appeared here yesterday and said that you have lifted her signatures from other documents and or you have forged her signature or used it without her consent and termed that advisory as a mediocre. Why would Linda Kiome, an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, appear before Senate and disown a document that you allege she had forwarded to you, in your own understanding?
Maybe due to some political pressure, or because there's a case in court that she has sued me because of terminating her as my legal advisor. Those are among the issues maybe that have rendered her to say that the letter did not originate from her.
Madam Governor, are you familiar with technology to the extent of being able to lift a signature from another document? Are you that conversant with?
I don't know how, no, I don't know any technology about lifting.
Thank you. So your testimony in simple is that there is a personal vendetta between yourself and the advocate who disowned that document?
Yes.
Has the said legal advisor reached out to you personally or through other formal communications available to the county complaining about her use of that signature? Has she written any letter to you? Has anyone from your office been called? Has she called you personally to make that complaint?
She has not called me. She has not written anything to me. I just saw her here yesterday.
For the first time?
Yes.
Thank you. We move on to the next issue. And before I move on, it is your testimony before this Senate, because the actual charge is legally revoking the appointment, that you acted on that advisory to take the action that you took?
Yes, I acted on advisory from the legal and the Waziri.
In 2 minutes, Madam Governor.
Please, 1 minute. Mr. Speaker, sir, I am constrained to object to the leading question.
We have my time frozen, Mr. Speaker, sir.
I am seriously constrained to counsel leading the witness and putting leading questions, and is a seasoned advocate. Perhaps he needs to comply to the rules of examination in chief to avoid unnecessary intervention. I'm greatly humbled.
Objection overruled. Proceed, Counsel.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. So, Madam Governor, the issue is illegally revoking the appointment of CPA Virginia. Why did you find it necessary, even at the wake of that advisory, to take the action that you took? In your understanding, was the revocation illegal or not? Why did you take that action? In 2 minutes, kindly.
The revocation was not illegal. I'm the one that appointed Linda Kiome. I'm the one that appointed Virginia Kawira. And from the original agreement with her is that she would put away the first assignment that was given by the county government, that is financial officer in the county, and then get the new job. But after that, she did not honor the pledge that she promised.
So by the time she took over the role of the CEO of the County Public Service Board, had she relinquished her previous post?
No.
How would that have affected service delivery in your government had you allowed that to proceed?
It could have affected the government because having or holding that position for 6 years, as the government, we cannot recruit any other person. That's why I asked her respectfully to handle one line and leave the public county service officer as a financial officer.
Thank you. Failing to appoint chairpersons of various boards, is it, or rather, what is your stand in respect to that accusation? Have you made any attempts to appoint the chairperson whose positions are vacant?
We took several names for appointment for all the sagas that are in dispute, but to my astonishment that the assembly have never given a reply or given us a go ahead to have them as the board members.
You see, Legal Affairs and the Public Service was here today and testified to that effect. Do you stand by the evidence that he produced?
I stand by the evidence that he produced.
The other issue is refusing to implement the recommendations of the solutions of the county assembly. Have you ever received, in your capacity as a governor, any resolution addressed to you by the county assembly of Meru requiring you to take action against one Harrison Gatobu Nchamba and Dr. Kiambi Aderu Thambura by way of removing them from office? Have you ever received any letter?
I've never received any letter. I've never received any resolution for the same.
Has the county assembly produced a single communication that is specifically addressed to you as the governor requiring you to take action for a recommendation they made?
The assembly have not produced any single letter or any resolution to me, addressed to me.
The report is seen to have been received by Harrison Gatobu Nchamba and the county secretary. What is your comment on that?
I'm not aware whether he received any resolution or any letter on my behalf.
Would it be prudent for the county assembly of Meru to forward a recommendation for the removal of these two officers through the same officers that you are meant to take action over, or they were meant to just address you directly on this issue?
That could be the best way. They could have done just to write to me directly rather than to the chief of staff or the county secretary.
Thank you. You have also been accused of illegally dismissing 3 individuals from the County Revenue Board, from the Liquor Board, and the Meru Microfinance Corporation. Did you have a chance to interact with the same accusation during the last impeachment?
Yes, it was among the impeachment.
Have you taken any other action since the time we left Senate in respect to the 3 names that would have formed the basis for the new impeachment? Have you taken any other action?
Sorry?
Have you taken any other step towards these 3 individuals? Have you dismissed them afresh? Have you recalled them? Have you done anything to their detriment since we left Senate last year?
Yes, we wrote to the County Assembly of Nairobi, where one of them was an employee. In fact, he was being employed at the county government of Meru and at the same time an employee of Nairobi County.
Thank you so much. I want to move on to the next issue very quickly. You have been accused of gross misconduct by deliberately and knowingly misleading the public that Kenya shillings 86 million had been raised through the pay bill that has been provided for the burial arrangements of a blogger in Meru. Madam Governor, we have watched you in a clip making certain utterances. What informed those utterances, and on what basis would you claim that 86 million had been raised through, rather for this purpose?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and the Honorable Senators. Yes, I stated that the contributions were made to the magnitude of 86 million. This is because for more than 2 months, the leaders and also the members of County Assembly went around Meru County in all stadiums. That is Kimeru Stadium. They earned a fundraising in that stadium. They raised a lot of money, even though they did not disclose how much was raised from Kimeru Stadium. They went ahead to Naivitato Stadium, where there were thousands and thousands of people. They raised money from there. They raised money from Kawira Stadium, all members of National Assembly, and also MCS. They raised a lot of money. Again, they had to cross-cut across Meru County.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. What was your connection with this issue that you had to make this statement? How was it concerning you that you had to make this statement? How was it your business that you had to make this comment?
It was my...
Give that context.
Thank you, Speaker. For me to make the statement, the leaders and also the MCs were accusing me of being one of the killers to the young man. And from there, they went ahead and they've started verifying this house in connection to me, that when I came here, maybe I bribed or so, and from that is the time I addressed the media to clear my name and also to shed light about the money that was raised, and at the same time to assist the young family get justice not only for the young man but also for the fund that were raised during those times.
This is an incident that was widely covered and a lot of disquiet was in Meru. What did you do to the family of the deceased, if any? Did you take any action? Did you reach out? What did you do, Madam Governor?
I tried to reach out to the family, but unfortunately the person that I sent there, one of my supporters, his home was touched because he was associated with me. I continued now to call media at least to see that the money which was raised was given to the family.
Thank you. Let us watch VKM4 and VKM8 very quickly. We may need the help of the translator, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Sergeant at Arms, kindly usher in the translator.
If we could have the time frozen as well, Mr. Speaker, sir, as we wait for the help of the translator. We can now play the video.
Tunapeana onyo, hiyo mwili tutaizika kwa mboma ya ungavana. Isikiki vizuri.
Can you repeat that part kindly?
Onyo, mwili huo tutaizika kwa mboma ya ngavana. Kila siku tutakuwa tunatafuta mwenye aliua sniper.
I object to that line of translation. It is grossly misleading, Mr. Speaker, sir. I fully understand the Khmer language. It has nothing to do with...
How many translators do we have out there?
We have... Wait.
Is it the only translator we have? Is the only translator we have? There are two?
We have two.
Bring in the other one. As a translator, there can never be any doubt cast upon you. Proceed.
A warning, if that body is found at the home of the governor.
I think we have a serious problem, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Oh, kindly, can we, let's pray, kindly.
Translator, do this. Face the other side, don't face the screen, because you're translating what is in English to Meru. Just face the other side and simply hear the Meru language and translate it.
Yes. A warning, if that body is found at the residence of the governor, well, I will bury that body. There is the sound is not that good, kindly.
We all can hear, Mr. Speaker, sir.
All right, just replay.
A warning, if that body is found at the residence of the governor, I won't bury that body. It will remain there forever. Until when we come to get the one who killed Sniper. And if it is not possible, we will take it to Senate. Because those are the people who brought back that person who killed Sniper. And we will fight and we won't fear. Play on.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we can pause a bit. We had provided a transcript of those utterances. They are contained at volume 4, at page 6, because I am dissatisfied with that translation. Perhaps senators can retreat and look at it and compare with a more qualified translator. We can have the next clip.
The body of Sniper will take it round in Kenya. We'll take to Senate. We'll take to Tigania. We'll take to Imenti. We will take to Igembe. And we will take to the county.
Thank you very much. Madam Governor, what transpired after those utterances were made against you and connecting you to the death of Sniper? And kindly, as you answer that, be mindful of the fact that it's an issue that is alive in court.
After a lot of public rallies and the leaders accusing me of killing the Sniper, a team from DCI came to my place. They searched everybody, took all our phones, and made even my last son, who was 16 years, to write a statement for the same. And after that, they arrested my brother, who is my small brother. I tried to ask them as to why they did so. They said the investigation is still on, and I believe that justice will be served. Also, as we serve justice to the Sniper's family, my brother will also be served with justice. But to me, Honorable Speaker and this Honorable House, I've never even thought of killing, even thinking it's very far from me.
Thank you. So, is it your evidence that you are thoroughly investigated and you have not personally been in any way connected to this murder and you have not faced any charges?
I have not faced any charges. I did not even record a statement for the same. They came to our place, that is the governor's official residence, did the investigations, and went away.
Council for Governor, I'm informed your time is up. What do you say?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I am truly saddened by that fact. I know we've had serious issues of mismanagement of time. That is a fault on our side. If I can have just 10 minutes with your kind permission. This is a very crucial witness. She's the governor who is facing the charges. 10 minutes, I believe, will do us justice in this matter. I will be done in 10 minutes.
Because it's her career that is on the line, and she only has today to fight for her career, I'll give you 20 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, sir. I am really obliged. Madam Governor, so you confirm that the criminal investigative agencies within the country were involved in this process?
Yes, the criminal investigative agencies were involved and they came to Meru for more than a month to do investigations.
By the time those utterances were made by the people we have seen doing them, had investigations been concluded or begun?
Not even begun.
They had not begun?
Yes.
Did you make utterances during the course of the investigations? Did you make any public statements in respect to the issue during the course of investigations?
The only public utterance that I made is about the amount that was raised during that time.
During that time?
Yes.
Thank you. We have been told that you have caused a lot of problems to the widow of the deceased by claiming that she's cohabiting with an MCA. What do you say about that issue?
That is very wrong. I've never uttered such. In fact, maybe they think by the time I said that the MCA is being hosted by the sniper's wife was being hosted by an MCA, thought that I was alleging a male MCA, which was not.
Which was not the case.
Yes.
We have seen in the clips saying that they will take that body to various places. Have you witnessed them doing exactly that? And if they have done that, who has done that? And what is the target?
The target was just to victimize the governor, and they had the purpose that immediately they raise alarm and also continue telling people the lies that I'm a murder sniper. I will take plea and immediately they impeach me and bring another impeachment motion out of that.
Thank you. Madam Governor, there is an accused person in that murder, one Chris Camby, and you have been told that you have continued to pay him despite him being a murder suspect. Number one, I want you to confirm if you know the said individual and if he works in your office.
I learned after the investigations were over that he's an employee of county government in the Department of Communication.
There is a letter of appointment that appears at volume 2, volume 6 of the County Assembly's documents. Who is the author of that letter of appointment?
Virginia Kawira, Secretary, CEO, Meru County Public Service Board.
Was that position, in your understanding, a competitive process, or those are among one of the staff that work directly under you?
It was a competitive position.
You've also been accused of, rather an issue was raised, and I know it will come up during cross-examination, of your association with the main suspect in that murder case, one Supu. Have you adduced evidence to show that he is not a member of your staff, neither does he work for the county?
Yes, he's not a member of my staff. He doesn't work even in our county.
What would be the connection between him and the county of Meru? Was he ever employed by the county?
The County Public Service Board advertised positions, various positions. He He was among the people the county public service position advertised positions, and he was among the people who were appointed by them, and immediately after they went to check on papers, his papers, according to the letter that I can see and I also saw from the county secretary, that it was a fake degree, and for that reason the county secretary service board revoked the appointment, immediately revoked the appointment.
Where is that letter found? In volume?
Volume 2.
Of the county government's document at what page?
It's page 454.
454. So, would you be having any association with the same individual?
Not at all.
Not at all. Finally, on that issue, Madam Governor, what are your sentiments towards the family of the late sniper? Because it has been argued that you have not made any utterances or directed your feelings towards the family. What would you say? And have you even done that previously?
I did it previously, and I also repeat them. I'm sorry about the family. And in fact, I'm the one that got out of my way to ask justice for the same family. This is a young family that maybe is not all that much able. And the reason as to why I went to media to give my stand is that I saw a lot of kind of mishandling the same family, stealing from the same family, doing it for politics and not to assist the same family.
Your utterances in that press statement, were they directed at the family or to whom were they directed?
My utterances were directed to the general public of Meru.
Thank you. Let us go to the last count of abuse of office. And you have been accused of employing a bloated workforce. Did you stand before this Senate last year and answer to the same charges?
Yes, I was here for the same charges.
Were you found guilty of those charges?
Not guilty.
A list was produced here of the names that you have purportedly employed. Was it the same list that was produced last year, purporting that you had a bloated workforce?
It was the same list that was brought here.
Thank you. You have also been, let me go back to the issue of paying Kiambi Christas Manyara. You have been accused of not taking any disciplinary action against the said individual despite him facing criminal charges. Do you have powers to take disciplinary action against an individual who has been accused of any criminal offense as a governor?
I don't believe I have any powers to do that.
Who should take disciplinary action in your understanding? Who should take disciplinary action in your understanding?
I think the County Public Service Board.
To the best of your knowledge, has that issue been brought to the attention of the County Public Service Board for their attention?
The issue has not been brought to the County Public Service Board, and if there is any, maybe they could have informed me.
Thank you. We also watched clips by the move of the motion touching on two main issues. One is the issue of the death of certain cows within your county, where 20 cows had died because of an outbreak of a skin disease. Are you aware of that issue, and what have you done in respect to that issue? Do you have any data of any form?
I saw the issue on this screen, that is yesterday. For the veterinary services that you offer in Meru County, for the last 2 financial years, we have vaccinated over 200,000 against various diseases. So that one, I only saw the clip, but I did not see any dead cow or any even people supporting the same.
You are also accused of poor service delivery, where even mothers within your county, specifically within Kegocho Hospital, are giving birth by the roadside. Are you aware of that incident, and what have you done about it?
I also saw the incident yesterday, and Kegosho is not a level 4 or level 3 facility. It is just a dispensary. We are putting up a maternity facility, and there is no facility that is supposed to be the woman that went to that place, because I saw yesterday, was also assisted by the in charge of that facility, but it has no maternity room.
Thank you. Madam Governor, I have less than 10 minutes. You have brought several witnesses to testify in support of your case. One of those witnesses is Mheshimiwa Evans Mawira. It has been alleged by the County Assembly that you have procured this witness by way of buying his loyalty. What would you say about that specific allegation?
The allegation is wrong, because I don't see if I am able to buy any MCA. Immediately after the bad impeachment, I called Kawira as the majority leader by then, just to bring us together and also bring other MCAs as their leader. And from that time, he has faced a lot of challenges, as he said, because of joining this other camp and also refusing to fight the government.
This is your third impeachment motion, Madam Governor. At the point when you first brought at the Senate, how many MCAs did you have in your team that would support anything that the county government executive would do? How many MCAs did you have?
Having been elected as an independent candidate, the first time when the impeachment motion was brought here, I had only one MCA out of 69 MCAs. And then I did a lot of effort to bring them together. The second impeachment, I had 10 of them. That is from 1 to 10. And after the second impeachment, I went ahead, tried to look and see how we can work with them together. And I can proudly say that up to now, I have 23 MCAs on my side.
The 23 MCAs are out of what membership of the County Assembly?
Out of 69.
Out of 69. What other efforts have you made to bring about unity and reconciliation in the Meru County?
From the first impeachment, the issues were about the first gentleman of Meru. We discussed as a family and agreed that you will never participate in any county meeting or even in anything apart from just accompanying me to the church, just to make sure that the MCAs are comfortable with me. The issue of first gentleman appeared in this Senate, and therefore we sat as a family, and that was over for him attending any meetings that pertains to the county. Again, I thought it was the issue of money because it was raised in this Senate. The first financial year, that is 2022-2023, we allocated 10 million per every ward. That is the equalization or ward fund. They call it ward fund. They said it wasn't enough. I went ahead, increased it by 5 million up to 15 million. They said again the money wasn't enough. They wanted more money. This financial year, we've given every ward about 3 million to see if at all there will be peace in Meru. Those two steps I took as early when I realized that there are issues with the MCAs. There's also an issue that I should have stopped my programs that I do with the church. That is the Korea program, whereby we go as a church, donate cows, donate blankets, donate mattresses to the poor. Again, the MCAs and the leadership was not happy with the program. They said I should erase the program and I should not continue doing anything to do with the charity work in Meru. For the sake of unity and bringing people together, I stopped my charity work that I've been doing for the last 15 years. I've taken a lot of steps to see that we work together, even by writing to the devolution committee of this Senate to come to Meru and at least see what is the problem. I wrote twice to this to the devolution committee, and to my surprise, I'm still waiting to see if they will come and see the issues that are ailing Meru. Immediately after that impeachment, I went around across Meru County saying sorry if I had wronged anyone. In fact, at one point, I said sorry 70 times. Each sorry for every MCA and another sorry for the speaker. 70 times if I had wronged anybody. I asked for forgiveness so that the county will take progress. I want to thank this Honorable House from the advice that they gave me to go and try and sit with every leader. I started with Injorin Cheke. I went to them and asked for a sitting. We sat, we talked, and then we amended everything that was not going well. I sat with the MPs. I sat with every leader who was in Meru. The only person who did not avail himself for a sitting to see that Meru moves forward is the Honorable Senator of this House. The rest, we've talked, we've sat, and we have no issues at all.
Yet, Madam Governor, you're here yet again, even after all those efforts. Clearly, the senators might be inclined to think that you have a problem, and the people of Meru and across the country imagine that you are the one with a problem. Where is the problem then? Why are you here?
Maybe I'm here because of various reasons. One is the threats and intimidation to the honorable MCAs, as the witness who has just left the stand said. Number two is about the external forces from the leaders at the county level. We have a lot of leaders from county level. You've seen them in the clips. And maybe you'll play another clip that one of them is saying, the senator, but I need protection for this because I might land myself in problem.
You can make the application directly to the speaker for that line.
Honorable Governor, you shall not be victimized for whatever you say, as long as it's truthful and in line with the oath that you've just taken.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Senators. Because I'm here, let me say the truth. The issue of MCAs in Meru, one of the person or leader who is trying to fuel and also to bring disharmony in Meru is no one else but the Deputy Speaker of this House. Several times I've tried to reach him. He doesn't avail himself so that I can at least say sorry to him. I tried to reach the devolution committee of this House to come to Meru, but he said through his people that at no time the devolution committee will come to Meru until he gives a green light for the same. This honorable senator, Deputy Speaker of this House, is adding many meetings like the one we've just seen the clip here. The MCAs are planning how to impeach the governor immediately after he left here, and then they ask for comments from the honorable Deputy Speaker of this House. He stands, and the video has been played here, and say, we as circumcised men, we will make sure that we assist you, honorable members, in whatever way. We will assist you, and the assistance that he gives to the MCAs is to make sure that they impeach me as many times as possible. In fact, he promises them immediately after they leave River Kavita to this end, he will take care of this house. I don't know how he will take care of this house, but honorable senators, the deputy and my senator, whom I give a lot of respect, as greatly interfered with the running of the county government of Meru.
Are you saying that your senator, who also happens to be my senator, is behind your problems in Meru?
I think we can play the clip.
Kindly let's play that clip.
I think it's a yes or no. We don't need to play
Yes.
the clip.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Governor, do you think that devolution works in Meru with you as the governor, or the only problem, or not, rather the only solution is for you to vacate your seat and give it to someone else so that we can have peace in Meru? Do you think that there is a working relationship with, especially the County Assembly of Meru? Because that is where your focus should be. Do you think there is that working relationship?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The working relationship or the working progress in Meru with the MCAs, I've just said that I started with one MCA, then to 9 MCAs, and up to now I have 23 MCAs.
Conclude, Council for Governor. Your time is up.
Thank you. Actually, that was my last question,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Speaker. Sir, I thank you so very much. I yield the witness
Council
for confirmation.
for County Assembly. You may now proceed for cross-examination.
Mr. Speaker, sir, with your kind permission, kindly I beg your indulgence to advise us as to extension of time. We had agreed previously that shall be equality of times, but I leave it to you as we progress here, we will consider.
Just utilize your 20 minutes fast.
Most obliged.
At the end of the 20 minutes,
I am well
you're not done, you
guided.
know exactly what to do.
I am well guided, Mr.
Proceed.
Speaker, sir. Madam Governor, good evening.
Even to
The last time you were here, you indicated that you're a victim of misogyny. You remember?
yes,
Do you still hold that preposition this afternoon?
yes,
You still hold the position that you're a victim of the gender card,
yes,
and that it's because of the gender card that you've always been brought before this assembly.
yes,
Do you reckon that the move of the motion was a woman?
yes,
Do you reckon that the motion was equally supported by the men and the women of MCAs of the Meru County?
yes,
And you still hold the preposition that you're a victim of the gender, correct?
a victim.
Should female governors be held to account?
Yes, they should.
Should be told when they are wrong?
Yes, they should.
Are they bound by the law?
Yes, they are bound.
Are they exempted by any clause that you know of?
No.
And therefore, Madam Governor, when we tell you that you illegally revoked the appointment of Virginia Kawira, and that you contravened Section 58, subsection 4, and Section 5, and Section 59A of the County Government Act. Yes? How is that victimization?
It was not a
How is that victimization? How do we victimize you as a woman when we say you violated Section 58 and Section 59? How do we victimize you as a woman?
I did not
I'm
violate
asking,
any section.
listen to my question. How do we victimize you? I'm not asking whether you violated. I'm asking, how do we victimize you as a woman?
I did not violate.
I know you didn't violate. That's why you're putting a defense. But I'm asking, how do we victimize you? The question is, how have we victimized you?
I did not violate.
That you have said, but the question is, how did we victimize you? Tukisema kwamba umevunja hii sheria na umesema hujavunja, tumekuonea vipi ati kwa sababu wewe ni governor wa mwanamke?
Ni kwa sababu sijavunja ile sheria, amjanionea.
Understanding my question?
Yes, I'm understanding.
The question is about victimization. How have we victimized you?
The council has tried to put it in English and Swahili, but it's not sinking well. I wish I could allow Meru, but that language is not allowed here. Now, let me try to assist the witness maybe to understand. if a governor breaches the law and is held to account, if it happens that that governor is a woman, is she being victimized? Because
She's not.
Thank you.
Council, have I...
Thank you for the indulgence. I enjoy from the wisdom of having practiced many years of law. Thank you, Senior Counsel. And therefore, you sat through the evidence of one Linda Kione.
Yes.
You heard that she distanced herself from that particular letter.
Yes.
And you are given leave by the Senate to bring or to produce the original letter, correct?
Yes.
Have you produced it before the Senate this afternoon?
We made the calls.
Have you produced it?
I have not.
Thank you. Who is in custody of that original letter?
And I think the office of the legal advisor.
Think or you know, who is in custody of that letter?
Our secretary.
Your
and she says
secretary.
yes.
Is that secretary within your reach?
She's in Meru.
Is she within your reach?
She's in my reach.
Did you communicate to her that it was important to have that particular letter produced before the Senate?
I communicated to her and she said that she had given the letter to the legal team that was preparing.
Oh, so the letter was still within the custody of the legal team.
So that they can have a copy.
Thank you. Have they produced it?
They have produced a copy.
Have they produced the original letter?
No, they have not.
Thank you. How can we tell and how can you dispute the allegation of forgery? How can you distance yourself with the allegation of forgery in that particular letter?
There is no forgery in that
I'm asking,
particular letter.
how can you, in the absence of the original letter, how can you distance yourself? May I repeat the question?
Yes.
In the absence of the original letter, how can you distance yourself from that letter?
It has been asked few hours ago, so, and because it's in Meru, we need to do some arrangement.
You cannot distance yourself from that letter in the absence of the original, correct? You cannot distance yourself from the allegation of forgery in the absence of an original letter.
I can distance myself.
When do you allege that the same was given? When do you allege that the advisory was given? Is it your testimony that was given on the 23rd February 2024?
Yes.
And when did you begin having problems with Linda?
Way back.
Yes, way back. When? Which specific dates?
I don't remember the date.
Do you remember issuing a notice of the intention to terminate her services?
No.
I remind you, Madam Governor, that on the 26th of March 2024, you issued a notice of intention to terminate the services, correct?
Yes.
And therefore, at that particular time, your relationship with Linda had already started going south, correct?
Not completely.
Not completely. Were there functions that you had let's look at that letter. You indicate that the reason for the termination is due to her perennial unavailability to offer legal services or legal advice. Then you also say, when the governor raised this concern over the same issue in December, it's an independent letter annexed to the affidavit of Linda, which was filed yesterday.
Yeah, Linda's affidavit is an independent document. It's not contained in any of those volumes, but it was circulated. If you don't have a copy, kindly make available a copy to Honorable Orwoba. Is there any other senator who doesn't have a copy of Linda's affidavit?
May we freeze the time?
Can you make available a copy to Senator Mogeni and Senator Orwoba, please? Proceed.
You got it?
See it, Council.
That is the annexure indicated as Office of the Governor, a letter dated 26th of March 2024, which is the last page, indicating as notice of intention, indicated as notice of intention to terminate your services. Have you seen it, Madam Governor?
Yes,
Did that letter originate from your office?
from the Chief of Staff.
From the Office of the Governor, correct?
Yes,
And this is an officer who was working under you, correct?
yes,
And the Chief of Staff works under your instructions, yes?
yes,
And that she cannot execute any functions without you having indicated or given instruction, correct?
yes,
And as such, this letter therefore originated pursuant to your instructions, yes?
yes,
And therefore, you're indicating that you have a problem with Linda due to her perennial unavailability to offer advice, correct?
very true.
So on this particular day, where was Linda when issuing this advisory?
I don't know.
You do not know. Did you instruct her to issue this advisory?
Who now?
You yourself, did you instruct her to issue this advisory?
Her or he?
Did you instruct Linda to issue the advisory dated the 23rd February?
I called legal advisor, that is Linda, and also
So you instructed her, correct?
Governor, it's
I asked
either
for
yes
advisory
or
from
no.
them.
I'm asking a simple question. Did you,
Yes.
you instructed her?
Yes.
What was the mode of communication?
One-on-one,
One-on-one on that particular day?
not that particular date.
Yes. When did you seek
Earlier.
when did you seek this advisory?
After maybe 3
When
days.
did you seek the advisory?
I can't remember the date.
What had triggered you to seek this advisory? What had preceded the need to seek this advisory?
There was allegation that Virginia Kawira is holding 2 positions.
Are you the one who sent out this advisory? Are you the one who called for it?
I called Linda and I asked for advisory.
Was the revocation of Linda done pursuant to the provisions of the law?
Yes,
Do you know what the law says in terms of the revocation of a member of a board?
yes,
You understand that you cannot revoke an appointment of a member of a board without a resolution of the county assembly, correct?
it's not true.
Just show her the law. Show her the law. Read it out for her.
You are talking about Linda or Virginia?
Virginia. I'm at Virginia. Would you read section 59A, 58,
58.
5?
The members of the board may only be removed from office, A, on grounds set out for the removal of members of a constitutional commission under Article 25(1) of the Constitution, and by a vote of not less than 75%.
A vote of not less than 75%? We have 2 ways of removing person from an office, correct?
I revoked, not removed.
When you revoked, did she leave the office?
She went to court.
I'm asking, when you revoked, assuming that she did not go to court, was she to leave the office?
After revoking, she was not to leave to office.
Ulipo revoke hiyo barua yake, ulitarajia atarudi katika ofisi yake siku nyingine?
Nilitarajia atachagua kazi moja kati ya kazi 2 ambazo alikuwa anashikilia.
Hivyo haukutarajia kwamba atarudi kwa ile ofisi yake siku nyingine, kweli si kweli?
Nilimpatia achague anarudi kwa ofisi gani.
Nimejibu swali langu, nimekuuliza vizuri sana. Ulitarajia kwamba atarudi kwa ile ofisi yake awe CEO wa board tena?
Yes.
Ulitarajia vipi na usha revoke?
Revoking is not dismissing.
I understand English. My question is whether you dismiss, whether you revoke, the ultimate result is that she is going to leave that office. She is going to be removed from that office, correct?
hangetoka kwa hiyo ofisi kama angeacha kazi ambayo alikuwa anashikilia kwa miaka yote.
The revocation was done pursuant to which law? Which law did you invoke when revoking that appointment?
The law that makes me appointee.
The laws in Kenya are known. We know all the laws. Which law specifically did you invoke? And perhaps show us from that purported advisory which law was invoked while purporting to revoke. Have a look at that advisory and lead us to the law from that particular lawyer who advised you that a revocation can ensue. Which law did he invoke or did she invoke?
The legal advisor that is leader. I knew the law that
yes, I understand.
Used.
Which law did she invoke in her advisory? Can you see where she's saying, I am relying on the County Government Act?
No.
The last paragraph of that letter. Kindly show the Madam Governor.
This is leader's affidavit.
Madam Governor, be patient to be shown where to read.
Proceed, Counsel. And Senator Roba, you don't shout. If you have not given you any permission to speak, you stay silent.
Can you see where it is? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Can you see where it is written? In rendering this legal advice, I am relying on the County Government Act. Correct?
Yes.
Has she quoted any provision?
No.
Did you hear her saying that this is a mediocre advice? And now, therefore, she distanced herself from this mediocrity?
She cannot distance herself from this.
I'm asking, did you hear her saying?
Yes.
You heard her saying it's mediocre?
Yes.
Do you understand why it is mediocre? It's because she is not referenced on any law? I put it to you that the letter is referred to as mediocre because it is not referred to any law and it was done by an amateur.
I'm not a legal expert. That's why I sought legal advice.
Mr. Speaker, could we have video number 11 in the County Assembly videos played from second 12? And as we await for that video, it is your testimony that there is proper delivery of services in Meru County, correct?
Yes.
There is no hue and cry whatsoever nature, correct?
Maybe there is some part.
Yes? There is no hue and cry, correct? All services are flowing smoothly according to you, correct?
Yes.
Including the health sector, correct?
Yes.
Kindly play at second 12. And you confirm that that facility has no maternity ward, correct?
We are putting it up, not yet finished.
Have a look. We are just interested with that writing on the wall. We don't even need an interpreter.
That's a new block.
It's okay. Wait. I've not put a question to you. Rudisha nyuma kidogo. Tafadhali. Can you see, sorry. We are interested at where we have Keboshwa maternity ward. Kindly, Madam Governor, would you kindly read out?
That's a new block which is not even furnished.
Can you see where it is written Keboshwa maternity ward?
It was written 2 months ago. Yes, I can see.
It's okay.
Yes.
When was this? Who opened this facility?
It has not been opened yet because it has no furniture.
Is this facility functional?
It is functional as a dispensary.
As a dispensary?
Yes.
A dispensary that can take any emergency of whatsoever nature, correct?
No.
Yes?
Limited to services.
Limited to services?
Yes.
Let's have where, and perhaps you need an interpreter now, let's have where the women are saying that a woman delivered on the road. Let the video be played.
Bagetia machokyo kumakema ndaitare nara kinyeba kwenda kunenkera mwanore inari asimekire kwera mwana kenye neche sibitare.
Mr. Speaker, sir, we need an interpreter.
Can you bring the interpreter in the house? What is your issue, Senator Gloria, as we wait for the interpreter to walk in? Keep it short.
Mr. Speaker, in the interest of this House, I hate to say this, but we have been taking time out of the other team to get the interpretation and for the purposes of the visually impaired. Mr. Speaker, I don't see why now when we are saying there's a visually impaired person in the interest of time that they are getting favored to run clips without an interpreter, Mr. Speaker. I'm seeing as if there's a problem here, Mr. Speaker. So also, Mr. Speaker, they should stop badgering the witness because she should be allowed to answer the questions. She's not being allowed to answer the questions. And it's a common thing there.
Do we have the interpreter in the house? Senator Gloria, you've never registered yourself as a visually impaired senator. Proceed with the proceeding.
Can you have the video played?
These are women from the village who are saying it is a big risk to the kid and to the mother. I came here early in the morning, that is 4 a.m. and I was going to pray and I found women here.
I think we can stop at that. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. You've heard what those women are saying, correct? What are they saying?
She was going for prayers and met a woman who was crying along the road.
Yes, proceed. Let us play.
As I was going to church, even the church I didn't have to attend, I went looking for other women from the village. During delivery, the kids were all over and we were chasing them so that they cannot join us in the process.
Thank you. Heard what the women are saying, that they are complaining that one of them is delivering from the along the roadside, correct?
Yes.
Did it surprise you or did it catch you by surprise?
I was surprised also.
You did not get to know about it, correct?
No, I saw it on yesterday.
Thank you. And you are the chief executive of the county government of Meru, correct?
Well,
you are the chief executive.
Yes.
Thank you. Let us play video number 1. 1A at minute 2:42.
Wale ambao wana
Yes.
Ningependa kusema hivi. Vincent Morevi ama Supu ambaye ni key suspect. Hajawahi andikwa kwangu.
Yes.
Mfanyikazi wangu. Hakuna siku amefanya kazi kwa gavana. Na si mfanyikazi wa kaunti. Ni shabiki kama vile hao walio nyuma yangu ni shabiki.
Suppose that is you speaking, correct?
That's very true.
And what is the context? What is the context of your address? You are addressing about the death of Sniper, correct?
Yes.
And you are distancing yourself from that person called Supu, correct?
Yes.
And that he has never worked in your office, correct?
He has never worked in
Do you
my
still
office.
hold that preposition even this evening?
He has never worked in my office.
Thank you. Let us look at the evidence. Volume 2 of the County Assembly bundle of documents at page 430.
County Assembly.
Yes, County Assembly.
Your time is up. Council for the County Assembly, your time is up.
That has caught us by surprise, Mr. Speaker, sir. And because this is a crucial witness, we seek indulgence and your favor that you may grant us at least 20 more minutes that I can also yield to my learned friends to just carry on with the rest of the
Council for County Assembly. We have a deadline to beat. We have until midnight tonight to conclude this matter. We are not doing very well in terms of time management, and therefore I will give you 10 more minutes.
Most obliged. Let's have a look at that document. Page 430. 429. Are you at page 430, Madam Governor? That is, we can begin at page 429. That is the information that the individuals were charged with, correct?
Yes.
Volume 2, Mr. Speaker, yes? And Vincent Mureithi Karimi alias Supu is one of the accused person, number 1, correct?
Yes, accused.
Is that the same Vincent at page 430? Is that the same Vincent Mureithi Karimi at 430?
Yes, yes.
And that is confirmed that it's a curriculum vitae for Mr. Mureithi Vincent, correct?
Yes.
Let's move to page 431. Yes? Can you see where it is written Vita TV?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Do you know Vita TV?
I know Vita TV.
Where does it broadcast?
From Meru.
From Meru. Do you have any association with that particular TV?
No.
You don't have. I put it to you, and then look at where we have directors. Miriam, where we have the references. Can you see the references?
Miriam Gwantai.
One of the reference, correct?
Yes.
Reference to Vincent, correct?
And the Father Kaberia.
And Father Kaberia. Do you know Miriam?
I know Miriam.
Who is Miriam?
A close relative.
Close relative. Relative to who?
Relative to the governor.
Relative to the governor.
Yes.
Who is she referring?
From these documents is referring Vincent.
Vincent.
Yes.
Yeah? Doesn't she work as your PA?
Yes, she works.
She works at your, as a PA, correct?
Yes.
Do you still maintain that you do not know Vincent and that Vincent does not work for you?
She doesn't work for me.
Let's go to, has she ever worked in the county government at any given time?
He has never worked in the county government of
Thank you. Let us go to page 443 of the same bundle of documents. That is a letter from the Public Service Board, correct? 443, Honorable Senators.
Yes.
And that the County Public Service Board is responsible of placement, correct?
Yes.
And that there is that letter is an internal memo, yes?
It's an internal memo.
Sent to the Meru County, from the Meru County Public Board to the Chief of Staff, correct?
Yes.
And the Chief of Staff works under your office, correct?
Yes.
Can you see where you have serial number 1?
Yes, I can see.
Who is that?
The number 1 person.
Yes.
Vincent Mureithi.
Vincent Mureithi.
Yes.
Can you see where it is written designation?
Yes.
What is she?
Assistant Director.
Assistant Director?
Of Governor's Press.
Governor's Press.
Yes.
Do you still maintain your preposition?
Yes.
That she doesn't work for you?
It doesn't work for me.
As I yield to my next counsel, I put it to you that you have capable and you have been a pathological lawyer who has always craved and hidden under the card of gender, and that you have come before this assembly to lie, and that your witnesses have always been lying, and that they have lied today. Yes?
I will prove to you now.
Did you listen to the submissions or the response of the CEC for ICT?
No.
Did you listen to that evidence?
For you. For me.
Ibrahim
Ibrahim who?
Muteri.
Yes.
Did you hear him confirming that he is a man of proper standing
Yes,
and that there has not been proved otherwise?
it has not been proved.
Madam Governor, I yield to the next council, but you shall not keep online. We shall not allow you to evade accountability on account of misogyny. We shall not allow you to evade accountability on account of it wasn't me. I yield.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Kawira. I will take a few minutes that are remaining. Madam Governor, in your opening statement, you said that the County Assembly defense consists of lies, correct?
Yes,
And you said that it is pure lies, correct?
yes,
We have shown you evidence that the purported legal advice from the purported legal advisor is a lie. We have caught you lying. We have shown you further evidence that the letters that were purportedly written by the notorious county secretary but never received by the office of the clerk, by which you purport your evidence to have been received by the office of the clerk, are also outright forgeries. We have also shown you evidence, and contrary to what you say in that video, that you don't know Vincent Muredi alias Supu, we've shown evidence that this person has actually worked under your office.
I know Supu, but he has never worked in my office.
Wait for the question, Madam Governor. Do you still maintain that despite all these evidence of lies and inconsistencies in your evidence, it is a county assembly that is lying?
There are no lies.
Okay. Madam Governor, there's a video, but for the benefit of time we won't play it. There's a video in your bundle of videos where you did a tour after the last impeachment proceedings. You went to Meru and you are addressing the rally from the rooftop, correct?
Yes,
Is that your best evidence of your reconciliation efforts? Is that your best available evidence?
among the best available evidence.
Have you presented all the other evidences before this Senate?
Yes,
Where are they? Madam Governor, turn with me to page 394 of our volume 4, Honorable Speaker, volume 4. Page 394. And as you open it, open page 558 of the same volume, those two pages. Yes, show them to the Governor. And this is a recommendation, Madam Governor, I'll read and you will agree with me. On 15 and 16, this is a recommendation by the County Assembly that a sub-vote to be established within the office of the Governor to provide a budget for the Deputy Governor, correct?
yes,
And this recommendation was made to the County Treasury, correct?
yes,
And the head of the County Treasury is Mr. Ibrahim, who testified in the morning in your favor, correct?
yes,
At page 558, this is now the report on the Meru County Budget Appropriation Bill for number 2 of 2024. You will agree with me that the committee notes that the CCM Finance did not adhere to that resolution at number 16. That is page 558, Honorable Speaker, correct?
yes.
So, Madam Governor, if your evidence is that you are the foremost peacemaker, is that you have made all attempts at reconciliation, why would you allow your CEC to deny the office of the Deputy Governor a budget? If indeed you want to reconcile with the Deputy Governor and you want to reconcile with our leaders.
The Deputy Governor doesn't have a vote, that is one. Number two, the amount allocated to the Governor is for both the Deputy Governor and the Governor.
It is not my question. Why would you deny that office within your office still?
We've never denied that office budget.
I think, Honorable Speaker, I leave it to interpretation by the Honorable House. Honorable Speaker, I'll ask that video number 1C or 1B in our bundle of videos be played. And that is 1B of the County Assembly bundle of videos. We can seek your indulgence to get an interpreter, a translator. And this is my last question.
It's rendered in English. Proceed.
The video can
sniper bali biashara na siasa ne bali katikati ndio sije kwa vitu kama ndio ilikuwa kia milioni 86 kwa ndio mwa sniper kwa ndio ngoma kwa ndio mwa sniper kwa ndio sniper.
We conclude.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Who is speaking that video, Madam Governor?
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Council. Senator Gloria, you're out of order, and I'm giving you a caution.
Madam Governor, would you say in that video, the posture you have taken in that video, which is quite different from the posture you've taken in the witness stand, would you say you are sensitive to the plight of that family?
No.
You are not sensitive. You agree? Thank you. Thank you for that answer. What evidence have you placed before this Honorable House to prove or to show that indeed 86 million Kenya shillings was raised?
There is a video clip.
Evidence of money, not a video clip. Evidence of money.
Evidence of money in the video clip.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for listening to me.
Council for Governor, you may re-examine. You have 5 minutes to do that.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I will be very brief with the Governor. Madam Governor, you have been taken through a series of questions about a number of issues. Is the murder of Sniper subject of this impeachment? Has there been any accusation in the notice of motion about your involvement to the murder?
No.
Secondly, you have been asked to, or rather you've been put to task about certain employees of the county government of Meru, one of them being Vincent Mureithi. Again, in the impeachment motion, is the issue of the employment of Vincent Mureithi featuring anywhere in the notice of motion? Is
Not
it an
featured
accusation
anywhere.
you're facing?
Not.
Does it have any relevance in these proceedings?
It doesn't have any relevance.
Do you confirm that there is a murder trial that is taking place as we speak in respect to the unfortunate murder?
Very active one.
Thank you. You have been told about a facility within Kihochwa Ward. Kindly clarify what is the status of that ward. Is it an operational maternity wing or it's not an operational maternity wing?
It is not operational. We just finished construction the other day and yet to have the furniture so that it can start being operational.
Are you offering maternity facilities and all other maternity services at the facility?
We are not offering maternity facilities there.
Thank you. Again, back to the issue of the employees of the county. How many employees do you have at the Meru County government?
6,000, almost 6,000.
Almost 6,000.
Yes.
Are you in charge of all these employees?
No.
Specifically the issue of Vincent Mureithi. Is he an employee of Meru County?
He is not an employee of Meru County.
Did he attempt to be an employee of Meru County?
He attempted and then the letter was revoked just after 1 week.
By the time you were making those comments, was he an employee of Meru County government?
He was not an employee.
He was not an employee. Thank you. Finally, you've been asked about the copy of the original of the legal advisory that was offered to you by one Linda Kiome. Given a chance, would you bring it to Senate, and why haven't you brought it to Senate as we speak?
Due to time, because it was just asked a few hours ago.
The issue of production was done when you're still in the Senate? Is that your evidence? Was that request made while you're still in the Senate?
Yes.
How far is Meru from where we are currently?
5 hours drive.
5 hours drive. It would then require reasonable amount of time for that to be availed in time.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Finally, have you made specific responses to all the allegations that have been brought against you in this house?
Yes.
Have you supplied enough evidence to controvert every allegation against you?
Yes.
Have you brought witnesses before Senate who have talked on various issues?
Yes.
Do you stand by the evidences that they have adduced in court, in this Senate?
Yes.
Thank you. That is all for this witness, Mr. Speaker, sir, and I wish to close the governor's case at this juncture.
Thank you. Now we shall move to allow honorable senators to seek clarifications or ask questions. Now, as the honorable senators are doing that, counsel for the parties, prepare your closing statements. We are not going to take a break. Immediately, the honorable senators are done seeking clarifications. We'll straight away move to closing statements. Senator Mungatana Damson. We have half an hour.
Yes, Mr. Speaker, just...
We have exactly half an hour to allow clarification from honorable senators, starting now. So we'll stop at 8:40.
Mr. Speaker, a quick clarification from the Honorable Governor. It is normal, Mr. Speaker, that senators and governors, because of the different roles, they have, by nature of their roles, they have differences. And so, the question I wanted to ask the governor to clarify, maybe he can explain to me and the Senate, why single out the senator from Meru, maybe just for playing his role as a senator? Is there a particular reason why he has singled him out, and yet he's just one of the senators? I mean, like all of us, we have issues with our governors. I want that clarification. Is it really true that he is causing a problem in the Meru County, or is it that he's just playing his role, his rightful role? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Governor.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Speaker and honorable senators. In this case, my senator, the Deputy Speaker of this House, I agree that he should do his oversight or any role that is given to him. But for this case, he has gone beyond in disrupting peace in Meru. One of the reasons is this. I wrote to Kaduri Murungi requesting that the devolution committee come to Meru and try to solve our issues. And in fact, I'm not lying but telling the truth, he denied me that chance for devolution committee to come to Meru and mend the issues in Meru. Number two, my dear honorable senator for Meru, as an ambition of becoming a governor, which is not wrong. It is right for him to dream to that position. But I believe that you cannot light your candle by putting off other people's candle.
Senator Kajwang.
Mr. Speaker, Linda Gaki Kiome deponds that there was forgery, and in the affidavit that was circulated yesterday. I've looked at the ruling of Justice Nzioka in civil suit number 551 of 2011, and Justice Nzioka ruled that for a signature to be deemed and certified as forged, a document examiner's report must be produced. End of quote. I I want to ask the governor, in the case of allegations of forgery, who bears the burden of proof? Number two, a lot of HR issues have been brought up. Could the governor tell the Senate what measures she has undertaken since she took office? Can the governor tell us whether the 500 million expenditure or growth in expenditure in the 2022-2023 financial year that was cited by the Assembly was approved in the budget, and whether the Assembly approved it? And finally, Mr. Speaker, people are dancing on the grave of Sniper, and Mr. Speaker, it is unfortunate. Can the governor tell us whether she's a suspect, whether she's been taken to court, whether she's part of those who have been taken to court on suspicion or allegations of killing Sniper? Because we cannot use that innocent boy to settle political scores, and Mr. Speaker, it's unfortunate that all parties are choosing to dance on the grave of Sniper. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Governor.
Thank you, Speaker. For the case of being a suspect, that case, I'm not a suspect. I did not even record a statement with the police. They came, did the investigations, and left. For the issue of 2023 approval, the approval for this year, the Assembly has not approved. We still have issues with the budget. The Waziri for Finance elaborated about the issue we have with the Assembly. And for the document that Leader Kiwame said it was forgery, I think the forensic investigation should take course and give us an answer because I'm not a forensic investigator. Neither this House, I don't think this House has the powers to know if the document is forged or not, unless we take to the examiner.
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Honorable Senator. Honorable Senator, I think actually the governor has said that the Committee of Revolution tried to intervene the issue between her and the Assembly. That's very true. However, there was no one time, I want to put the record straight, there was no one time the Deputy Speaker of this House said that we cannot go to Meru or have a reconciliation with anybody. We did meet as a team in there, led by the Vice Chair of the Committee of Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations. They met Her Excellency the Governor. They also talked to the Speaker of the Assembly and the Assembly members. However,
clarification, Senator, because your time is running.
Okay.
The mic will go off.
Yeah, I just want to put the record. But we did not succeed because the Assembly that time was going to do a retreat. And as I said, that is actually why we could not be able to meet the two of them. However, we tried again, and the Deputy Governor, when we were going there was an issue in there, we could not go back again. I want to put that record straight, Your Excellency.
Senator Omtata.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. A lot turns on this issue because some of us have been wondering why there has been no intervention in these matters of Meru by the Senate before we come to be treated to this theater of the absurd. And I would like confirmation from maybe the Secretariat whether it is true or not that the Meru governor sought the intervention of the community.
You should seek clarification from the witness, not from the Secretariat.
But they say they wrote to this House. The witness has alleged it. The only person who can defend is the Secretariat.
No, the Secretariat is not on trial.
It's so, but now,
Senator Omtata, if you don't have any clarification that you're seeking from the governor.
okay, the governor, to whom did you address the letter that sought the intervention of this House in the Committee of Devolution in the affairs of Meru?
Thank you, Speaker. I wrote to the Committee of Devolution, which is led by the chairperson, Senator Abbas, and the senator who has just spoken before, Mtata. I've agreed that indeed I tried to call them to Meru so that they can intervene.
Very well. Senator Oroba.
I have two clarifications. You have alleged that one of the interference that you have, the political interference, is by the Deputy Speaker, Senator Kawira. Is this the only person? Because I would like to know if you're saying that this impeachment is being pushed by Senator Kawira, or who are the other politicians behind it. I would also want to know if in those politicians there is any woman who is also trying to get impeached. My other clarification is the issue of the hospital, the CEC. Do you have a CEC of health? And if you have a CEC of health, has the county, have the MCAs tried to impeach the CEC, because there is an actual clause in the Constitution for removal of a CEC, because the duty of care of the Ministry of Health actually falls under the CEC, yet they are jumping the CEC and going straight to the governor to impeach. I would like that clarification.
Thank you, Senator. Indeed, I have CEC held. The County Assembly of Meru has never tried to impeach the CEC held. That is the position. About the political interference in Meru, there are so many other people who believe that they should not be led by a woman, and that's why you see them gathering together and then trying to politicize the issue of a young family to bring B down. There's a tradition in Meru that they should not be led by a woman. I want to say categorically that the chair of the interference, or the person who interferes most, is the Deputy Speaker of this House. The rest, I don't see if it's good for me to mention them in absentia.
Senator Olekina.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I just need to seek some clarification from the Governor. Madam Governor, in your bundle of submissions, and I'd asked this question earlier on, there seems to be a lot of letters back and forth from your office to the Assembly seeking for particular members to be confirmed in particular boards. Can you tell us whether those letters, as alleged, are fake or forgery, or those letters are indeed letters that you've sent to the Assembly and were either ignored by the Assembly or they were responded to? And finally, can you just tell us whether there is any form of cooperation, harmony between you and the Assembly of Meru? Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Governor.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you, Speaker. Indeed, I've tried to engage the County Assembly of Meru by giving the names for the board, but unfortunately they have been ignored throughout.
Senator Mofai.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Speaker, I want some clarification for the Governor. I happen to be a neighbor to the Governor, and of late I have witnessed influx of patients from Meru County to Tharaka County seeking medical attention. I would request to know from the Governor, maybe there could be some breakdown in all the facilities in Meru County, as alluded in that video we have just witnessed before us. But Honorable Speaker, recently we have witnessed a national reconciliation which was being executed by His Excellency the President, because we had some national crisis that called for a broad-based engagement, and then the country is at peace. one would want to know from the governor, why has it taken us close to 2 years without managing just 69 MCAs to sit down and work for Meru people?
Thank you, Senator. For reconciliation, as I said earlier, I've tried my best to reconcile the leaders. The Mwananchi has no problem at all, apart from the few elected leaders who have some issues. But I sat with Njori, as I said. I sat with the members of parliament. I sat with the CS, the former CS Agriculture. I sat with the assembly leadership. The only person that would not have a chance is the deputy speaker of this house. There is a lot of progress because when I was here the first time, I had only one MCA. Then for the second impeachment, I had 9 of them. Now I have 23 MCAs on my side. To me, that's a great progress in mind of the political interferences that have been going on and the intimidation of county assembly members by the same leaders. I've tried my best, and I believe as I continue, more will come on board, because I'm doing a lot of civic education also to show the community that they should not disregard the leadership of a woman just because she's a woman or the tradition says so. About the hospital in Meru County, Senator Mofaya, most of our patients come from the Rakanidi to Meru General Hospital. They don't come from Meru to the Rakanidi, but Rakanidi to Meru. Thank you.
Senator Majayo.
Asante Bwana Spika. Swali langu Gavana Kawira, swali langu ni kuhusikana na yule mshauri wako kwa mambo ya kisheria. Yule mama alikuwa anaitwa Linda Gakikiome. Nataka kuuliza swali moja tu. Ulimwandika kazi wakati huo akiwa mshauri wako wa mambo ya sheria tariki 28 mwezi wa 3 mwaka wa 23, na mwaka mmoja kamili tarehe 26 mwezi wa 3 mwaka 24 ulimpatia barua kumwisha kazi ama kumwambia kwamba unataka awache kazi. Nataka kuuliza, je, baina ya wewe na yeye kulikuwa na kukosana ama kulikuwa na taabu fulani ama kulikuwa na kutoelewana fulani ndio sababu akasema kwamba yeye si alikuwa ameandika ile barua, bali ni kwamba wewe ulikuwa umefanya ile, pengine si wewe lakini ile barua iliyoandikwa si wewe uliyetia mkono wako kidole? Nataka kujua hiyo tu.
Asante sana Senator. Ningependa kusema ya kwamba nilipotoka hapa wakati wa impeachment ya kwanza, na Senate kaniambia ya kwamba nitafute njia ya kufanya kazi pamoja na hata watu ambao ni wa vyama vingine. Nilimtafuta leader ambaye alikuwa naibu gavana wa Renturi wakati wa kutafuta uongozi. Nikamwambia tufanye kazi kwa pamoja, na ninaamini wakati nilimtafuta sikuwa na moyo mbaya. Hakuwa ananikampenia, hatukuwa tumejuana, lakini kwa sababu nilikuwa nataka kuleta nyumba yote pamoja na kuleta Wameru pamoja, nikamchukua huyo hata kama alikuwa mpinzani wangu. After 1 year alikuwa na kazi nyingi sana, maana ni wakili na alikuwa anafanya kazi zake, kwa hivyo kupatikana ilikuwa ngumu. Number 2, kulikuwa na wakati walikuwa wanafanya LSK, sijui kutafuta viti upande huo, akawa hapatikani kabisa. Nikamuita kwa ofisi yangu, tukaongea. Nikamwambia kwa sababu Meru kuna changamoto nyingi na kuna mambo mengi ambayo yanahitaji advisory. Nikamwambia kuja uwe karibu na mimi, akaniambia hapatikani. Ndio basi nikamwambia kama upatikani na kuna maneno mengi ambayo yanapaswa uhusishwe, naomba tu na tukakubaliana ya kwamba yeye mwenyewe atatoka kwa hiari yake, lakini baadaye alikataa, na nikaona ni vyema nitafute mtu mwingine ama nimsimamishe kazi ndio Meru iweze kuendelea vizuri. Sina ubaya wowote na yeye.
Senator Mariam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I need clarification on Madam Governor. This is the third impeachment on your side. As what is different from the other two than the other one? And again, if there is any difference from the other two which has been already done, how? The second one is about the maternity ward. If at all, if it is not equipped, why is it labeled? And if you have labeled it and there is delivery outside there, it means there is demand. What have you taken, the action you have took when you have saw there is delivery outside there? Thank you.
Governor.
Asante sana. The labeling of the maternity was just done less than a month ago. We had anticipated that we will have equipment so that we can have the maternity wing functional, but due to the budget constraint, we did not make it for the last 1 month, and I believe in the coming maybe 2-3 weeks, the maternity will be ready for use. My Waziri for Health visited the place and other places because we have more than 230 health facilities in Meru, that being one of them. Of course, I can agree that we have small issues, but we are still, as a government, looking at how we will improve everything to see that the mwananchi is happy.
Senator Wambua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have 2 questions to the Governor. Madam Governor, one of your key witnesses, Honorable Kawira, confessed on record and under oath that he and a group of other members of the County Assembly of Meru, on their own motion, converted themselves into economic saboteurs, that they sat down and conspired to sabotage the economy of the county government of Meru. At what point did you get to know about this admission of crime? And as the governor of Meru, did you report this matter to police with a criminal offense? Secondly, Madam Governor, I want to get your appreciation of the impeachment process. Do you appreciate it as a legal constitutional process that the Assembly should take as part of its business and facilitated by the Assembly, or is it a personal initiative by people who have a grudge against their governor? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Governor.
Thank you, Senator. I have not reported any economic sabotage to the police because this is kind of political, which is fueled by external forces to sabotage my administration and also the good work that I do. And I want also the honorable senators of this house to know that the real mwananchi kwa ground has no issues about the way I run Meru County. It's only a few class of leaders that have sworn that I will never have peace in that county. They must keep me busy with other things because of 2027 politics. There is nothing more or big than more. It's only 2027 politics that is being played by the MCs who are used by the political class or political leaders across Meru County. About the personal initiative,
Are you done, Governor?
Yes.
Okay. Senator Joyce Kawira.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. My question to the Governor is the efforts that she has put in place, especially on the that impeachment and the relations that she has with the rest of the governors, especially on the matters, this impeachment and the stability of the county. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. I've made a lot of effort from the last impeachment. One is by providing to the honorable MCs of Meru County the ward fund that, or the ward project to every ward to the tune of that 3 million per ward. Number 2 is involving them to be part and parcel of my tours to the ground so that at least they can assist in participating and knowing what is ailing the community for us to work together. The relationship about myself and other leaders, especially the governors, is good. I have no issues with the other leaders, apart from few leaders from Meru County.
Senator Hamida.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Madam Governor, just wondering, is dissolving the county way to go? Because looking at the relations you have with the county assembly, and I'm also wondering, they have called you all names. They have called you a mad person. They said the impeachment of the governor is their business. So what is the way forward? And also, is there anything working in the county? Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Everything in the county is working apart from politics. In terms of development, Meru County has been ranked among the 5 best performing counties in Kenya. We have no issues with even absorbing the budget. We have been ranked with 79%. That means that Mwananchi is getting services. Mwananchi is very happy about the leadership. Mwananchi is very happy about the progress that we are doing as the government of Meru. Apart from the few political leaders who want to show that filthy picture to the country that there is something wrong. Dissolving the county, honorable senators, this is the mandate that is rested upon you. I cannot dissolve it on my own unless I don't think I have powers to do so. But this honorable house has powers. I think the president also has the powers to do so. But I said earlier, we have young men and women as MCAs in Meru. Those who are not in the madness of political issues. We participated in the elections, we won in different ones. We have just been in office for 2 years, remaining 3 years. They did their best to be leaders in respective ones. We will be doing justice to a person who has no issues with Meru politics. Will there be any justice to the governor who ran the whole county as an independent governor and won the position against 2 bigwigs and against the tradition of Meru that says that we should not have a woman as a leader? As I speak, honorable senators, in Meru, we have only one elected lady who comes from my place. Out of the 45 elected MCAs, we have only one. Meru has never elected a leader at the national level. We get nomination slots and no election to women. I think the other way about to solve this issue is to do a lot of civic education to Meru so that people can understand and embrace the leadership of women. That is the only issue in Meru. For development, we are doing well. For absorption of the budget, we are doing well. Mwananchi is very happy.
Thank you, Governor. You're now repeating yourself. Senator Veronica.
Honorable Governor, assume that the impeachment proceedings do not succeed and you went back to Meru to continue with your task as a governor. Do you see possibility of ever reconciling and being able to give development to people of Meru, or will you be back here, will be brought back here by the politics that are causing all this trouble in Meru? Is there a possibility? And have you been able to do any projects in the course of all these squabbles and fights?
Thank you, Senator. With all these fights in Meru County, I've been able to do a lot of projects. We've done kilometers and kilometers of road in Meru County. We've done major dams in Meru County. We've done a big rehabilitation center in Meru County. We have renovated, equipped more than 50 health facilities in Meru County. We've done more than 31 equipped borehoules in Meru County. We've done and brought up the ECD program for the ECD kids in 777 primary schools in Meru County. We've done a lot in terms of development apart from the interferences.
That is not the question. You've been asked, assuming for purposes of just this argument, assuming you go back to Meru, the verdict is you go back to Meru. With whatever you've explained, the toxic political environment, will you still be able to deliver anything, or you'll be brought back here? That is the question that the Senator...
Thank you, Senator. I don't believe in coming back here again, Honorable Speaker. This is because there is a lot of progress from 1 MCA to 9 to 23, and I believe by the next coming 2 months, I will have around 40 on my side. There is a lot of progress since I left this Senate.
Senator Mogeni.
Hello, Governor. Linda Gaki Kiome, you gave notice of termination 26th of March 2024. How did she take it? And how is your relationship with Linda Gaki Kiome? Is it cordial? Do you talk? Is there any vendetta against either of you? Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. She did not take it lightly. She took me to court. There is a live case in court, High Court Meru. I don't think she was happy about it. The working relationship since then isn't good.
Now, Honorable Senators, we have to terminate that session. The 30 minutes allocated to this session has long been spent. Governor, you may retire to your seat.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
We are now going to move to the closing statements. And the first team to proceed to make their closing statement is the team from the County Assembly. So, Council for County Assembly, you may proceed to make a closing statement for not more than 60 minutes.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. Speaker. Sir, we'll have Mr. Muriuki taking the first 20 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Eric Muriuki. I will take the first 20 minutes of our closing argument. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable members of the Senate, when the story of devolution in Kenya is told or is written, the members of the 3rd County Assembly of Meru will be remembered fondly as champions of devolution who, without compromise or favor, exercise their oversight role, champion for accountability, transparency, and good governance, by holding the person accused before you to account for every transgression. These members of the 3rd County Assembly have performed their oversight duty even when it was inconvenient to do so, even when it was not fashionable, despite several and serious challenges, including threats to their lives and their families, as you heard the testimony of the attempted torching of the assembly. Mr. Speaker, sir, the MCAs, the elected representatives of Meru County, have told this honorable house time and time again that there is a problem in Meru. In 2022, the MCAs were before this house when the governor, barely a few months after being sworn in, had opened war fronts against members of the county assembly through vilification campaigns, against the church, against elected leaders in the county. And back then, during the first impeachment process, the governor was offered invaluable pieces of advice by the members of this house who were in the select committee that was investigating the matter. And indeed, the governor vowed to become the foremost peacemaker in Meru. This vow was short-lived, and in 2023, the governor found herself again before this house, answering to other charges, having opened more war fronts, including now her own deputy, by encouraging and condoning junior officers to undermine and insult that deputy governor. She was at war with the members of parliament from Meru. She was at war with the council of elders, with the senator of Meru, and other leaders, as the record of this house will reflect. Now, the governor has fallen out with her own secretary of the County Public Service Board. And perhaps inspired by getting away with her actions twice, the governor has now become so bold in her violations of the law to the extent that she has personally, under her own signature, purported to dismiss the secretary of the County Public Service Board in clear and gross violation of sections 58 and 59 of the County Government Act and in usurpation of the powers of the Assembly. Although the governor terms what she did as revocation, she has failed when put to task to point to any provision of the law that allows this thing called revocation. Mr. Speaker, sir, for purposes of putting the record straight in this house, once a member of the Public Service Board, or the County Public Service Board, is appointed in accordance with the County Government Act, Section 58, the process of removing that member is as is provided in Section 58(5) of the County Government Act, and upon the grounds that are set out in Article 251 of the Constitution. And despite being advised by her own chairperson of the County Public Service Board, the governor proceeded to purport to revoke the appointment of Ms. Virginia Kawira Mereti, who is now only in office pursuant to a court order. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, surely it cannot be, or at least it cannot honestly be, that everybody else is a problem in Meru. It cannot be that it is the MCAs that are the problem. It cannot be that it is the church which is a problem. It cannot be that it is the elected leaders that are the problem. It cannot be that it is her own deputy that is a problem, and now the County Public Service Board. Mr. Speaker, sir, during previous proceedings before this House, the governor blamed her misdeeds or whatever went wrong in the county on two officers, the Chief of Staff and the County Secretary, in her famously infamous defense of "it wasn't me." However, when the county assembly made recommendations that the governor institutes disciplinary measures, including dismissal, against these officers that she blamed for things going wrong in the county, she refused to implement this recommendation. A fair-minded and reasonable person, honorable senators, must therefore conclude that the governor has been acting through those officers, or that they have been violating the law and the constitution with her blessing and under her patronage. On one hand, the governor tells you in her defense that the violations of the law she is being accused of are occasioned by others. It is the county secretary, it is the chief of staff, and that those others should be called to answer those violations. But then, on the other hand, the governor proceeds to tell you that the county assembly has no powers to recommend that the governor should take action against these very officers that she blames for those violations. Surely, honorable senators, the governor cannot have it both ways. Article 185(3) of the Constitution of Kenya empowers the county assembly to exercise oversight over the county executive. And one of the measures of oversight is to recommend removal from office of these officers that the governor herself has previously pointed at and blamed for violations of the law. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, when you retire to make your determination, remember, it is not the MCA's word against the governors. No, it is the governor's own words and actions against the legal and constitutional requirements of good governance and integrity. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, you have heard in videos number 1A of the County Assembly and 1B, the governor, in her own words, tell a dangerous lie that 86 million shillings was collected for the burial of the deceased sniper, a fact she very well knew to be false. And when put to task to prove those statements, she has failed. In cross-examination, the governor states that the only evidence that she has of 86 million is a video, which video has not even been shown to this house. Mr. Speaker, sir, you heard the young widow that stood here, Irene, tell you that as a result of the governor's lies, she has not only been ostracized by the community, but has also become a target because people think she has 86 million that she is holding on to. Honorable senators, let me remind you that the evidence of the young widow was unchallenged. Not a single question was put to her in cross-examination by the governor, and the inference here must be that she was telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, to the extent that her testimony could not be challenged. Honorable senators, words spoken by leaders mean something, or at least they ought to. Words spoken by leaders have real consequences. A leader of the stature of a governor telling such a lie to the public has led to such disastrous consequences, as you heard the witness testify here, that she can't even live in a matrimonial home. Honorable senators, that cannot be taken as anything else other than gross misconduct. Article 73 of the Constitution of Kenya does not leave any room for a public officer to make such misleading utterances to the public. endangering the lives of others, and bringing dishonor and disrepute to the office that she occupies. And such misleading claims are also in gross violation of Section 19 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. Mr. Speaker, sir, honorable senators, you heard the governor in cross-examination admit here that her conduct was insensitive to the family. This pattern of lying to the public that the governor engaged in, she did so while paying full salary and benefits to one of the persons accused of murder of Sniper. Christas Kiambi Manyara is a communications officer in the office of the governor. It is not in doubt that he was charged on the 29th of February 2024, and it is not in doubt that he continued to receive his full salary and benefits, as evidenced by the payslips produced in, among others, page 392 and 393 of volume 2 of the County Assembly documents. Mr. Speaker, sir, in that pattern of lying, the governor says in a video that she does not know this person, who is a main suspect called Vincent Mureithi. However, Mr. Speaker, sir, documents have proven that this person was employed as a deputy director of the governor's press, and that one of his referees, in the governor's own words, is the governor's sister, who is also her PA. You will find this person's letters of appointment in pages 445 to 452 of volume 2. This is a person that the governor denied having any knowledge of. Honorable senators, it cannot be a coincidence that this outspoken activist who criticized the governor was murdered just a few weeks after the second impeachment motion. It cannot be a coincidence that the people accused and charged are so close to the governor by our own admission. Honorable senators, moving on. As a result of the governor's breach of the law and court orders, the county of Meru has suffered financial losses, including being slapped with costs of 3 million shillings, and this house can confirm the same from the decree of the court produced in pages 162 and 163 of volume 2. Honorable senators, the Auditor General's report identifies that the management of Meru County is headed by the governor. And this is in line with Article 179(4), which identifies the governor as the chief executive of the County Assembly. And the Auditor General's report flags breaches of the law by the management by including other things: irregular payments, excessive wage bill, use of the manual payroll, which compromises transparency and accountability, and this can be confirmed from pages 344 to 347 of our volume 2. Honorable senators, the use of the manual payroll, according to the Auditor General, has led to a loss of 102.9 million. Honorable senators, the governor has refused or failed to appoint chairpersons of various boards in Meru County, and therefore these boards cannot be said to be legally constituted. Even when the governor purportedly forwarded names of nominees to these boards, she failed to forward accompanying information or clarification sought, as is required by the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approval Act, sections 4 and 6. Honorable senators, you have been treated, or at least attempts have been made to treat this house to theatrics by the governor and her legal team, who, in attempts to deflect the attention of this House from the governor's violations of the law have resorted to the stories of gender and other irrelevancies, which are not a sufficient defense or explanation to any of the violations in the impeachment motion. Honorable Senators, as the governor claimed that she illegally revoked the appointment of the CEO of the Public Service Board based on advice from an unnamed legal advisor. The person who was serving as a legal advisor to the governor at the time in question came here, testified. Came here and testified that the internal memo dated 23rd February was a forgery. She saw an affidavit that was presented to this House. Honorable Senators, the said memo bears no name, and there can be no clearer indication than this that it is indeed a forgery. In the opening remarks by the Governor's Council, this House was told that the Assembly is lying, and in fact the words used were that the Assembly is made of pathological liars who have believed their own lies. In view of this forged memo, I therefore ask this Honorable House, and I invite the Senators to ask, who is lying? The same governor who accuses this Assembly, the County Assembly of lying, is caught forging that internal memo. A ruling was made this morning that she should deliver the original memo. She has failed to do so. The governor, in the same pattern of lies, stands here and tells you that she has 23 MCAs supporting her. The impeachment motion, a cursory look will tell you it was signed by 49 MCAs. And simple math tells you that 49 plus 23 is 72. Yet shockingly, the County Assembly of Meru has only 69 MCAs. So it cannot be true that the governor has 23 MCAs supporting her. The Supreme Court in the Sonko case was categorical that there is no obligation in impeachment proceedings to prove each and every charge, and this means that even one charge substantiated should suffice. In that case, Honorable Senators, guidance was offered that impeachment proceedings are quasi-judicial in nature and are not in the nature of criminal proceedings. They don't necessarily require that criminal culpability should be proven to succeed. All that is required is that these allegations be substantiated. This word substantiate, what does it mean? It simply means to provide evidence. It does not necessarily mean to prove beyond reasonable doubt. It means that there must be substance in those allegations, that they have been proven to have substance. Honorable Senators, as I conclude, the evidence presented before this House cannot be trivialized to statistical count as an attempt was made in cross-examination of the mover. The gender card cannot be used to escape accountability. It is not a carte blanche or a shield to commit impunity. It is not about being female or male. It is about violations of the law and the Constitution. Honorable Senators, finally, in paragraph 7 of the Governor's response, that is volume 1 of the Governor's document, she seems to suggest that the County Assembly, the County Government of Meru should be dissolved. I call on this House to reflect on the words of the Bible in the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verses 8 to 9, and to paraphrase the words of Jesus Christ as he was teaching the people then: if your hand or your foot makes you sin, cut it off and throw it away. For it is better to enter the kingdom of heaven maimed or lame than to be thrown to everlasting fire with both feet and hands. There is no cause for dissolution of Meru County. The problem is the governor, and Meru can be saved by removing the governor from office, as the Constitution empowers the County Assembly and this Honorable House to do. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, Honorable Senators, and I pray that you will find that the charges against the governor have been substantiated, and I pray that in keeping with the motto of this Honorable House for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, including the people of Meru, that you will do the right thing and send Governor Kawira Mwangaza home. Thank you. I invite my senior, Mr. Ndegwa, to conclude our closing.
Thank you very kindly. I must begin by conveying the apology on the part of the County Assembly for having to engage this distinguished assembly in all these processes. It is not out of the own making of the County Assembly. It is a call of necessity. Necessity has dictated that we must come before you as and when time and situations and circumstances arise. A situation has arisen where we have to come before you, honorable members of the Senate, to ask you to do your noble thing of exercising oversight over the county government of Meru. I have time and again put it on record that the County Assembly of Meru and the people of Kenya have a lot of confidence in the manner in which this House conducts its business. It's on that basis, therefore, that we have been able to appear before you severally, seeking and pleading for only one thing, that justice be done in the county government of Meru. And what justice are we looking for, honorable members? We're looking for justice of that particular person who is not able to access services, courtesy of bad governance. What justice are we looking for? We're looking for justice of that child we saw who was born on a karai, that child who cannot speak, that child who cannot, whose fate is not even determined. And when the governor is put to task, says, I have just been made aware. How would you take that governor to be a responsible person? How would you take that person to be a person who is capable of enhancing good governance, delivery of services? How is it that she was not aware that that hospital is not functional? How is it that she is not aware that that hospital or dispensary has a functional